Hello, my name is Marcia Campbell, and I'm going to demonstrate how to make a flour tortilla. So we're going to discuss the preparation, the ingredients, how to roll your dough, and how to cook your tortilla. So as far as the preparation, you just need a clean, sanitized surface to work on. And as you can see, I'm wearing a hairnet and an apron. That is completely optional, especially when you're just cooking for yourself. So for your ingredients, you're going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of solid vegetable oil like Crisco. Most authentic flour tortillas are made with lard, however. You're also going to need 1 1/8 cup of warm water. So you're going to take your mixture now and mix your dry ingredients together, and you're going to slowly add in the water until you have no more water. Now you're going to continue to knead your dough until it no longer sticks to your finger or to the side of the bowl. Once that happens, you're just going to cover it with a cheesecloth. The reason that we use a cheesecloth is to keep your dough from drying out because it's more difficult to work with. And we're just going to set that aside for 20 minutes. So to prepare your surface, you just need to sprinkle a little flour on your surface. Now, once your dough has rested for 20 minutes, you're going to take your dough and sit it within the flour, and you're going to continue kneading that dough until it is smooth. So once smooth, you're going to separate the dough into little balls, and that's about 2-ounce balls that you're going to separate. So you're going to separate it into these 2-ounce balls. And then you're going to just take your finger, turn it, and what you're doing is that you're helping it to kind of be in a circle, I should say, a perfect circle. So you're just going to do this before rolling it. And then you're going to sit this aside and you're going to continue to separate your dough until you run out of dough and you have your balls separated here on the side. Then you're going to take your dough. Once it's done, you're going to dip it in a little bit of flour. You're going to use a rolling pin, and you're not going to cheat and use a compressor to compress your tortillas. So a lot of people, how they want to roll their tortilla, they just want to do one complete stroke back and forth. And that is not how you roll a tortilla. So you're going to take your pen. You're going to place it in the middle of your tortilla. And then you're just going to take your hand and roll it up away from you. Then you're going to pick it up, set it back into the center of your dough, and roll it towards you. So what you're going to do then is turn your dough and do the same thing. You're going to take your rolling pin, put it in the center of the dough, and you're going to put a little bit of pressure on there, roll it towards you. We're going to try it again, and then roll it back towards you. So you're going to keep going back and forth until you get a nice consistency dough or tortilla that is nice and round and the thickness that you want, because you don't want to make your tortilla too thin, because if it's too thin, then when you cook it, it turns into a cracker, and you don't want that. Or if you are making something, like if you're trying to make tortillas for fajitas, or you want flour tacos, if it's too thin, it's just going to fall right through. So you want to continue to roll to and from, starting at the center until you have rolled all of your dough. Now your dough is going to look like this. This is what it's going to look like in the end. As you can see, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but it's a nice thickness to this. So once I have done that and I have rolled out all the dough here, I'm going to go ahead and set this on my kamal. Now my kamal is all ready. It just sits on top of the stove, but it's on medium heat. You don't want it too hot because it's going to cook too quickly and it's going to burn, because these tortillas does not take long to cook. So, if you're a novice, you're going to use a spatula. Now, the older women, especially those at my church, they still pick it up and flip it with their hand. I myself am tired of burnt fingertips, so I always use a spatula. Now, you're going to let it sit on the kamal till it looks like this. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there are brown spots. I like the more brown spots, the better. On my tortilla, some people don't like it that way, but this is what it's going to look like. Now, forgive that it's not completely round. I started doing this late in the game, and this is what happens when the dough starts to dry out. You can't really get that perfect roundness, but it tastes the same regardless. I just stick it in the microwave and throw some butter on it, and it's just as good. So, we've talked about the preparation. We have discussed the ingredients, how to roll your dough, and how to cook your tortilla. So, I hope you enjoyed this presentation and get a chance to make some authentic floured tortillas. You'll love them. They're definitely better than what you can buy in the store. Bon appetit.